Okie dokie. So, I keep seeing this comment pop up where someone thinks that their Fuji lens is broken because when they have it off the camera, they'll notice that it will make this sound. Like there's something loose, you know, flopping back and forth. And there is something loose flopping back and forth. There's nothing wrong with your lens. The way the driven element, which actually autofocuses the lens, actually sits on 2 or could be 3 or 4 rails. This is a triple rail linear autofocus motor. This is a 90mm f2. Same thing with the 50 to 140 or the 100 to 400. Those linear autofocus driven element lenses, when the camera is off, they have no power, and so they actually slide back and forth on the rails if you have obviously the lens in this position. It's obviously not going to do anything in this position unless you shake it, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. So your lens is not broken. It's just a natural way. You'll notice too that when you turn the lens on, you'll hear a thump, and what that is the power actually being driven to those linear motors, which actually focus that focusing element or elements in your particular Fujifilm lens. It's not an issue. Actually, it's actually a good thing too, because other lenses that actually work off of a screwdriver, whether it's not silent wave motor but a micro motor, there are actually little gears in there that can wear down and break, and if they get smacked, then the gears get out of alignment. You know what happens when you get gears out of alignment? They make a grinding sound. So you could just drop the lens on a soft carpet and the gears will get out of whack, and then it makes a grinding sound and doesn't really autofocus. So you don't have any of those sort of issues on this. This is superior design for lenses, and it's not a downside. It's just when the lens has no power, then the focusing section of that lens will slide back and forth. So I've seen way too many comments about that, so your Fujifilm lens is fine. It's just the nature of linear autofocusing motors. Just imagine like an elevator. There's actually rails up on the side. Of course, and I think there's only one type of elevator system that actually uses electromotors to drive it up and down those rails. The rest of them work off of chains, but basically the driven element sits on those rails, whether it be 2, 3, or 4. Depends on the autofocus motor. On the Fuji, it could be dual linear, triple linear, or quad linear. But I think you got the point. Your lens is not broken. It's supposed to be that way. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Bum, 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 bum.